Welcome to another edition of Edelbrock Live. We're here with Eric again, and we're going to be talking about power packages today. Eric is going to take us a little bit into the history of why we started developing these kind of kits, and just a little bit of background on the actual kits and why we decided to offer them.
Yeah, so back in the 1980s, mid-1980s, Vic Edelbrock and team, which includes engineers, also some of the guys in the dining room, put together this power package guide. So this originally started out as just a guide of, hey, here's what intake manifolds we have that work with what cylinder heads, that work with what camshaft, and then also, by the way, here's a recommended carburetor. That kind of, as it went along, that really, people started using the guide quite a bit, putting together combinations, and we also tested all these combinations. So as they went along, we kind of built test data and said, we know that this specific intake manifold, these specific heads, this specific camshaft will make X amount of power on a Chevy 350 with 9.5 to 1 compression. So as they kind of built it out, after we got several years later here, all of a sudden, Vic and team said, what if we sold the popular combinations in a complete kit? Because we know what those are. We see the sales data. We know what guys are buying and building. And so kind of out of that power package guide, which is kind of really was just a guide. It truly was just a guide. It's still in our catalog today. It's a couple of pages, and you can see all the combinations. We actually started breaking out different performance levels into the complete kit, which is what we call our power package top-end kits. And Eddie will kind of dive into more about what these kits include, power levels, and all that all the good stuff that comes along with them.
Exactly. I mean, just like everything else we offer as far as intake manifolds, heads, and stuff like that, we have the different power levels. So depending on your application and what kind of power you're actually trying to make, we have something just for you. I mean, you could go anything from pretty much entry-level E Street system where you could just bolt on. It comes with the intake manifold, heads, and a cam, where you make just the base, just a little bit more power than overstock, and of course you get rid of your iron heads and stuff like that. But I mean, it is a true complete kit. I mean, it comes with your bolts, your cam, all the gaskets that you need. So it takes pretty much all the guesswork out of putting everything together. Once you go from the E Street, you go something up to like an RPM. And the good part about this is that we actually offer the horsepower number. So when you buy this kit, you're going to get the power numbers that we have listed. So you don't have to worry about, okay, if these heads and this intake manifold with this cam, what kind of power am I going to get? It is literally in our book, on our website, and it's all there. I mean, you could go anywhere from something mild like an East Street system for like a 350 Chevy. You could go up to a Victor system, which is you could go up on a big block Chevy. You could go up to over 600 horsepower on a big block. So it just depends what you want to do. And one of the good parts about it is we offer it not just for Chevy. We offer for Chevy. We offer it for Ford, Chrysler, and we offer it for Oldsmobile. And we don't have a picture of it, but we also offer it for Pontiac guys. I know one guy actually commented earlier today he wanted a Pontiac kit. So we do offer for a different variety of systems. And the cool part is we have one part number for the entire kit, and the guide, like Eric was saying, it actually breaks down every single part that comes in the kit. So in case you wanted to maybe run a certain combination but change the cam out to something a little more aggressive, stuff like that, I mean, it's all there. It gives you a perfect guideline to what you're actually going to get in the kit.
And also, like I said, kind of going back to the background, these have all been tested, these combinations. So we've done the work to let you know that this combination is the most efficient for this engine. It's going to last a long time. It's going to be the right combination. You're getting the most power out of it, because we know, everybody knows, you got friends who are like, I'm building a motor, and they just go and they find the biggest head, the biggest cam, and then they just kind of start to put it together, and sometimes that's not the most efficient
They wonder why it's making weird power, or it's just running strange. And that's the cool part. I mean, you're literally taking years and years of research and development, testing in the, they would throw on a set of heads and then they'd run it on the dyno, and then they'd throw a set of, a different cam and run that. So I mean, these are all proven systems. So that's the good part. It really does take all the guesswork out of putting it together.
And you don't have to dyno it. Like like as long as you, like I said, we have kind of some hints in there of what we tested on. We'll tell you, hey, we tested this setup on a 454 with this compression. And so if you match that, you're going to be making that power. You don't need to go to a shop and go, hey, can you dyno it for me so you can let me know what the numbers are? If you follow the recipe, you're going to make that power.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody doesn't have, a lot of the times back in the days when people were putting these kind of systems together, I mean, you'd had to know somebody that actually built it. They're like, okay, I know the secret combination. It's a secret sauce that you'd have to throw in it, like the right cam with this head and this intake manifold, and you're going to get X amount of horsepower. The cool part is, again, we did all the legwork for you, so you don't have to.
And you're right. Yeah, back in the day, it was garage talk. You had to know a buddy who had, like, what are you running? Because your car's quick. It sounds good. So that we kind of take that out. There's no worry, have to worry about what cam should I get, what heads, from what manifold, from what manufacturer. We've got it all together, and it's dialed in, and it's going to make the power you want. We got some questions already. We got
Awesome.
what kind of pump gas should I use, 87 or 93?
That all depends on your compression.
Yeah,
and what kind of compression you're going to be running on your car. I mean, if you're going to run a high compression engine, then, you know, high 93 octane, 91 octane. I mean, some people even run ethanol or, you know, race fuel. It just depends on what kind of compression you're going to be running.
But yeah, absolutely. And I mean, most of the stuff we do is for your standard 87 pump gas. It's all pump gas.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're looking at. These are guys, you know, we want to build it for the cruiser. Like you said, for like your E-Street package, you're probably looking at 87. It's just regular. It's a cruiser. But yeah, you get up into your RPM level and your Victor. Okay, you're pushing the motor. It's a more aggressive cam, more aggressive head. Definitely, you're going to want to step up to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's a really, like you said, these are. Oh, now here we go. Something I got to talk about. We're going to let something out a little bit early for you guys. We're running a promotion right now. It's going to start October 1 till the end of the year. You buy a top-end kit, you get a free carburetor.
Nice.
So I mean, you buy everything you need, and because we don't include the carburetor in it, because we don't know what people are going to run. Some people are loyal to other brands.
Yep, absolutely.
You know? But we're actually running this promo. So from October 1 to December 31st, if you buy a top-end kit, we'll give you a free carburetor, and it's your choice. You can come and choose from the AVS2 or AVS, or even if you want a Performer for your setup. We get that, you know, whatever you want. But yeah, so you buy it, free carburetor. I mean, that's a $350 value.
That's awesome.
I mean, this is probably, I think, the third year we've been doing this promo.
Yep.
And it's really popular, and we know for the guy now, I mean, it really tops it off. That's why we call it the top it off promo.
Yep.
Like you're topping off your full engine with a full Edelbrock setup. It's all known and to work together.
Yeah, it's pretty much from the block up. I mean, it's all included. So, I mean, you guys should, if you're looking for a top-end kit, this is pretty much the best time to actually purchase one. Like we said, you could benefit from it. Get the new AVS2 carburetor. That'd be a perfect kit. You know,
absolutely.
It'd really wake up car up.
It's a perfect way to finish it off. I got some questions. Got some Mike Pearson's asking how much for an Olds Golden Rocket 350. Man, that's a good question. You know, unfortunately, I don't have the pricing off the top of my head, but most of these kits start at about, I want to say, I've seen some kits around $2,000, and they can go up to $3,500 depending on the level of product and level combinations. But also too, kind of something that's a little inside secret not a lot of people know is if you buy all these components in the top-end kit, you save about 5% on the price. If you buy them all individually out of our catalog, you're going to pay a little bit more. So that's kind of another thing too. As we package these together, we're kind of giving you a little bit better deal than you would get if you went and found them on your own. But yeah, pricing-wise, they vary in price. Check out our website or an online retailer. But yeah, they vary depending on the level, of course, your performance level. Your street level is going to be a little bit cheaper than your race level ones.
I just saw a question about a 350, how much power. Just depending on, I'll give you an example. For the E-Street, which is something like this, just an entry-level setup on a 350, you're looking at about 315 horsepower. Once you move up to, like, say, an RPM system, you'd probably be looking at about 410 horsepower, somewhere around there, and that's the very lowest for the RPM package. So that's the kind of power you'll be looking at.
Yeah, and like for the Oldsmobile guys, like you said, actually the Oldsmobile we don't have a 350, we have the 455 looking at here. So the 455, and that's making 450 horsepower and 541 foot-pounds of torque. So that's healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the car moving.
And it's not just the power. You got to remember, guys, if you guys are running iron heads and stuff like that, the weight savings that you're going to take off the nose of the car, that's really, you benefit a lot from that as well. I mean, you get rid of the cast iron heads, intake manifold, and putting all aluminum setup, you do lose a lot of power, a lot of weight on the front of the car.
Yeah.
So it really wakes it up.
Yeah.
Any more questions on there?
No more questions coming through. But if you guys got any more questions, feel free to comment down, later on today, and we'll get them answered. But yeah, like I said, this is. And this is kind of one of our most favorite products I like to talk about because this is everything. It's a full top end of a motor, like we say. And it's, I mean, for a lot of guys, if the bottom end's still good, man, it's a perfect way to refresh it.
Yeah, I mean, you could always get just a short block and throw one of these kits on there, and you're good to go. I mean, it is really, like we said, an all-in-one. It's one part number. You get it all in one big box, and you're good to go.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that does it for today's episode of Edelbrock Live. We'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy.